So now after the app bar, make sure that after the title you write center title true. We want our this title at the center of the app bar. Okay, exactly. Now after the app bar, let's start implementing, that is the user interface for displaying the user favorite sent and favorite received. So what we can do is, let's remove this body, okay, and we will add the condition based on our this favorite list. So if it is empty, then we will display a message, that is a text, that is no favorite found, or you can display an icon. Otherwise, if the favorite list is not empty, then start displaying the profiles, that is the favorite. So using grid view.count, we will start displaying that. So we can say child icon will be icons dot person underscore of sharp. That is no favorite from any person. And let's start displaying, that is let's implement the UI to display the profile, the persons who sent you favorite or received favorite using a grid view. So per row, or you can say in a horizontal direction, we will display 2. So we can say cross axis count 2. Padding from all sides will be 8. List.generate, and our list length we have to specify here. So we can say favorite list dot length comma index. One by one, using the index number, we have to start displaying each favorite. Return grid tile. Padding from all sides 2. Inside the card widget, we will start displaying. So the color for this card will be blue with shade 200. Gesture detector. When the user tap on it, you will send the user to that person profile who sent you favorite or from whom you received favorite. Okay, send favorite, received favorite. That is something which we will implement step by step, of course. For now, let's just complete this. We will display the picture of that person, so we can say image decoration image, image network image, favorites list, index image, that is get the image, and by which key name it is saved in the database, you have to confirm that, which is the profile image. Okay, so here it is, image profile. So this exact key name you have to use, image profile. And then we have to apply the property which is fit box fit dot cover on our this decoration image. So we display the image. After the box decoration, at padding from all side at, and then child center widget at the center. We will start displaying the info. That is, first of all we will display the user info, favorite list, index, name.to string, and alongside with the name let's display other information. So using the concatenation sign plus, then add quotes, then concatenation sign plus, and we will display the age, or if you want to display city, then display city alongside with it, but with the name, as it is the personal info like name and age, so alongside with the name we will display the age. So name, age, and of course the city and country we will display together. Now between name and age we will display to make it looks beautiful, we will add a dot, but not a normal dot. Of course you can display that as well, dot or dash, it is totally up to you. However, on Google you can simply search for dot symbol and you will see many symbols like these, amazing symbols like these. Okay, so even if you want to display star, you can display star. It is in text form. Okay, it is not an image, it is just a text form. So I will just copy this dot symbol, and inside here I will just add this. Then after this let's add some space of height 4, and then we will copy paste this text widget down here, and we will display the city, country, and it will be comma country. From here remove this bold. Now if the area is small, let's say if the name is too big, then we will get the widget error for that, that is it exceed the size of the screen. So for that purpose we will wrap our this text widget in an expanded widget, that is it will convert the remaining text in dotted form. Okay, let's say if the name and age, if the name is too big, of course the age will be two numbers just. Okay, so if the name is too big, it will convert it to dotted forms. For that purpose also we have to apply the property which is overflow text overflow dot ellipses. Similarly the same property you can apply here. That is overflow text overflow dot ellipses, and also it is city and country, so max lines or this, let's say 2 will be enough. So this is all about our favorite sent, favorite received. Now we have to call this page, that is when the user click on the button. So we have home screen dot dot, and from here we have already added that favorite sent, favorite received. So let's just test our application. So the app is running now, and now if we go to the favorites, so currently I have not sent any favorite to any person. So let's mark this profile as favorite. If I go back to the favorite, we have some error here, we have to fix this. First of all, come down here inside the app bar on our favorite sent, favorite received. The default value of this is true. So for my favorite it will be the condition, and then if the is favorite send clicked is true, then here for true the color will be gray, for false the color will be white. Similarly, the font here will be normal if true, and else it will be bold, since it depends on this. Okay, so also we do not need this back button, which is by default appears. So in our app bar we have a property by the name automatically imply leading. We will set this to false. So you see it look like this now, and now the button works correctly. Okay, now we have to check why we are not getting the data. So I will simply print the favorite list. So we print out the favorite list. Similarly, we will print out the favorite sent list, and then also the favorite received, so that we can see where is the problem. Let's just install the app again. So now if we go to the favorite, my favorite, you can see that when you click on that, it calls the, as my favorite means favorite sent, so it calls the favorite sent. The favorite sent list is coming empty and the favorite list is coming empty, because if favorite sent is empty, it means this one will also be empty. So now if I am going to mark this as favorite, then let's mark this one also as favorite and mark this one also as favorite. If I go now here and I click my favorite, then here we go, here we get the information. You can see that we get the information. Julia Smith is in the favorite list, and then other one as well. You can see that the favorite sent list, which contain the keys, this user, this user, this user. 3 users are currently now inside my favorite list as a logged in user, and here is inside the favorite list. As I told you guys, here is the complete information of each and every user. So the first user information we have, but we are not seeing the UI. So for that purpose, the body UI code we have to check. That is, if favorite list, which you know that, which is not empty, you can see that. So if it is not empty, then it will execute the else statement, which is gridView.count. Okay, for that purpose, one thing which we can do is above the print statement, we have to make sure to call the set stat, and we have to set the stat for our favorites list, which updated. And also when the user go to the favorite sent, favorite received screen, then we have to make sure that, as you know, according to the condition, the default value for this variable is true. So we must, as you know, the default button is also my favorite, so this one will execute, this if statement will execute automatically. So we have to call this method, which is get favorite list keys inside the init stat. So now let's test our app, and you see the result. Okay, now if I go back to the favorite, you see that it is working fine. Okay, you can see that. If I go to I am their favorite, there is no one, because no one mark me as her favorite. Okay, so that's why. For example, if these users who is in the my favorites, to whom I sent favorite. Okay, I send favorite to these three. So for example, if Julia Smith log in, now let's apply some property to move the details here, and first of all, that is from the start to the left side of the grid tile. So as you know, these two things are inside our this column widget. So column has a property by the name cross-axis alignment dot start. You see, and we move both of these, I mean the data, here at the bottom. So for that purpose, here in the column at the start, we will use spacer widget. So now if I go to the app, you see it will be like this. Now alongside with the information, if you want, you can of course display some icon with the Julia Smith name and age, of course with this one as well. For example, for the city name, if you want to display an icon with it, then here is our city country. Okay, so just click here, you will see yellow bulb, wrap this with row widget, and then here we can add an icon. The icon will be this one, color gray, size this. Let's see. So you see it will be an icon like this. Now if you see between this name, age and the city country, there is some space. If you want to remove this, because we wrap our this name and age in a expanded widget, due to this it adds some extra space. Instead of this, Control X, okay, text widget, remove this expanded and add the text widget like this, okay, without expanded. And what we need to do, we will add a max line property on our name. Let's say if the name is too big, then it will move it to the second line, okay, not in the dotted form, just like this. So now if you check out, it will basically remove that extra spacing. You see Julia Smith and then the city country. Of course you also see with the name the age. Okay, so we have name, age, and then city country. City country has also icon as we wrap it inside this row widget. So let me add here a comment, that is name, age, then here we have icon, and alongside icon we have city country. And guys, of course, if you want, you can change the text color. Okay, and one more thing is, for the city country, the font size will be 14. If you want to change the text color, then here you can just convert that to white. Okay, just for the testing purposes, so that you know from where you can change. So it is totally up to you. I will proceed with the gray color. What I'm going to do is I'm going to uninstall the app. Okay, uninstall the app, and let's install the app again on the phone. And now let's quickly log in as Julia. And now Julia, if Julia go to her favorites, then Julia has not sent a favorite to any person, and if she navigate to I am their favorite, then there she received one person favorite, which is John Parker. So to Julia Smith, it is showing that Julia Smith is the favorite. Julia Smith is the favorite of John Parker. Now if Julia Smith wants, Julia Smith can simply mark John Parker as their favorite. So now when Julia Smith click on favorite, then John Parker is also added to the favorite list. Okay, that is Julia Smith sent favorite to John Parker. Okay, Julia Smith marked John Parker as their favorite as well.